beer.
I'm back. I'm back for my sins. I am back. Yes, it is Spain versus Italy. Big matches now. Couldn't not do it. I was thinking about going, do I just sort of run away because of that England result? Do I just shy away and not come back and just go, I'm done with football for the evening? Or do I stay the course? Do I go, you know what? No, the UV community they want it. The UV community demand it. Spain versus Italy. Big match. Arguably one of the biggest matches of the group stage, probably up there with France versus the Netherlands as a match that people are really excited about and looking forward to. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it for my sins. More football. We're going to be doing Spain versus Italy. So hope you're all doing good. Hope if you're an England fan, you've managed to do what I've done and I guess compartmentalize and just try and block it out. I've ranted and I've raved and sometimes it is good to vent a little bit, isn't it? It's good to vent, just get it out your system and just be like, right, it's done now. I don't have to talk about it again. I'm just, we can move on, focus on some good football, hopefully. Two teams that, look, they met in their semi. You know what? It's actually quite interesting. You could get quite conspiratorial about this, couldn't you? In the sense that, what are we seeing here back to back? Unless I'm mistaken, are we seeing this evening the previous semi-finals of the tournament? Is that what we've just seen? We saw England versus Denmark. That was a semi-final, right? England won. Not today, obviously, but the last semi-final. And then the other one was Spain versus Italy, wasn't it? And then Italy won, wasn't it? I think it was on penalties. Now, I've got two minds whether to... Mr. the Comedian, you are live on United View.
I know. I wanted to get your quick thoughts on Gareth Southgate's audition for Man United.
All I will say, KG, yeah, after our last phone conversation, all I will say is, I'll see you on the Trinity tomorrow. That's what I'll say. The nerve of him. The nerve of him. Calling me and pretending like nothing happened. That's KG the Comedian, okay? That's Kevin Gary, is what that is, yeah? Calling me and then being like, oh, do you want to talk about Gareth Southgate? Last time he called me cold like that, he started screaming at me. He ambushed me with a group of his friends behind him. Coming at me with like, I don't know, if I get like 300 people watching him at the time, 300 on one. And being like, yeah, I got him. Now you're calling me going Gareth Southgate. What's going on, Gareth? No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that here, okay? We'll save that for the Trinity tomorrow, okay? Mr. the Comedian. And he likes to cuss me out and call me out. No. No chance. I've got something planned for him, okay? Yes. Big up Room in the Super Chat says hashtag reject finance bill 2024. To be fair, I saw that hashtag going around. I can't say I know a lot about it, but if people want to read up on that, of course they can. KG saying, LOL, I forgot. Yeah. Because almost like it doesn't matter, KG. And he wants to, he accused me of, well, again, I'm not going to go into it. All I will say, KG, and I know now you're watching this, yeah, I did a little bit of research into some of your accusations that you levied against me. I'll leave it at that. I'll leave it at that. And for all of those that were like, oh, Owen, you got knocked out, bodied. I got so badly bodied that this guy forgot immediately. Heck of a knockout, wasn't it? Very interesting. Very curious. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe. There is a game going to be kicking off 8 minutes time. Team news. In goal for Spain, you've got Simon, a back four of Carvajal. I always struggle with this one. Lenormand, Laporte, and Cucurella. Midfield three of Pedri, Rodri, Fabian Ruiz. Yamal got a lot A lot of plaudits. 16 years old, what a talent. Morata and Williams up front. As far as Italy, we've got Donnarumma in goal, DiMarco, Calafiori, Bastoni, Di Lorenzo. In front of them, Barella, Jorginho, Fratesi, Pellegrini, Scamacca, and Federico Chiesa up front. So this is going to be hopefully a really, really top game, because let's face it, with that England one, I said this after the Serbia game too, and it is really the same, that I think if you're not, an England supporter, English, or maybe Danish, from either of those countries, that game was such a dud in terms of quality. Was not a high quality game at all, was it? And here's hoping that maybe we see something a bit more higher quality in this one. Like I said, definitely one of the games earmarked as being perhaps one of the games of the group stage, up there with the Netherlands and France. Javid says, beware of the wrath of Owen Gate. And Steven says, Owen Gate 2024 confirmed. Look, it's funny, yeah? Because do you know that I think the record of KG starting stuff, actually, that is another part of my research that I found. A lot of people like to say that I'm the instigator for that kind of stuff, and I'll hold my hands up. Like, I can be very much, I'm a shit stirrer. I am a proper shit stirrer. But what I will say is, 1KG the comedian, in my research, he starts a lot of shit. He does. And then he realizes, and then something happens, and he goes, yeah. He's a glutton for punishment, Mr. Kevin Gary. And also, the other part of it is, this is a bit actually out of my comfort zone, because usually I would prefer not to put a date on things and not to put a timeline on things. So I say it could be tomorrow on the Trinity. It might not. And if it's not tomorrow, it will be at some point. But I'll just have to wait. Sometimes you just got to make sure, wait for the time's right. Maybe tomorrow just won't feel like the right time. I'll wait and see. But I'll be prepared. Here's the Italian national anthem, which it's a strong national anthem, isn't it? It's a strong national anthem. Italia! It's a strong one. Do you know what? It just reminded me. You want to talk about being shameless, yeah? When Inter Milan played Man City in the Champions League final last season, I did a stream. Right, you can go back and find it. It'll be on the channel somewhere. I did a stream right after that, and obviously Man City had won, and they did the treble. And my plan, legitimately, and the reason why I just shouted Italia or whatever, is because it reminded me that my plan was, if Inter Milan had won the Champions League in that game, I was going to start the stream by singing the Italian national anthem, and I actually learnt the words to it at the time. And I had to practice it a couple of times. And I was going to go for it. And then, of course, they didn't win. And I was like, shit. But it was good. It was going to be an epic intro. And then Inter Milan let me down. But it just reminded me of that. That was my plan. To sing the Italian national anthem and kick off the stream that way. Yeah. But not going to do that if they lose. And then, of course, you've got the Spanish national anthem, which is just music, isn't it? Roven says, bloody look. I know, when you go back and watch that, you forget how many chances they missed. Red Devils 99 says, has Owen calmed down now? I have calmed down. Look at Cucurella. The guy looks in a trance. He's like this. I have calmed down. But do you know what? I realised that I have calmed down, and I've actually got sunburnt today. I was out walking the dog, and I've caught the sun. So it looks like I'm perpetually angry, which is not ideal. But it's not difficult for me to catch the sun. We did before last year's FA Cup final. before last year's FA Cup final, we did some filming outside Wembley where we did that scene. Remember the whole Believe thing? And we did that whole Believe thing, and it wasn't sunny that day. It was hot, but it wasn't sunny. It was quite overcast, and I managed to get sunburnt doing that. And so I'm so fair that I can catch the sun when the clouds are out. They should always wear UV protection. You should always wear UV protection. From ultraviolet rays, not protection from UV. United view. That would be strange. That would be a weird message for me to send. That one actually. Yes. Kim says, "Give us a rendition." No, I'm not going to sing the. I'm not going to wear the. Not gonna sing the Italy national anthem. No, that was for if they were going to do us a favour against Manchester City, and it didn't happen, which was disappointing. It was. But I'm hoping now I'm calmed down, now that I'm composed, we'll watch a good match of football here. We'll relax, we'll have a good time. I was actually looking at what other games I was going to be doing over the next few days. What am I doing tomorrow? So Friday the 21st, I'm going to do the Netherlands versus France at 8 o'clock. Saturday, I'm going to do Turkey versus Portugal at 5. Sunday, it's the final matches in the group stage. So I'll do, obviously, Group A, that's at 8. They'll just be at 8 then for the next few days after that, won't they? Yeah. So I'll be doing that. And then there's actually a break on Thursday and Friday. And then they start up again on the Saturday. Oh, what will we do for Thursday and Friday? We won't know what to do. It'll be terrible. Let's just about have a moment's silence. Is Gigi Buffon part of the Italy coaching staff? Or is he just like a delegate or something like that? I didn't realise he was a coach. Is he? Let's have a look. Gigi Buffon. Let's have a look. I'm scrolling. It doesn't say. It's just part of the staff, maybe. God, you got to scroll a lot on him, don't you? I mean, I'm scrolling down. I'm only at 2005 in his career. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're off. Espanyol. It's not Espana. España versus Italia. I can't find what he's doing. After retirement. Oh, there you go. After retiring from professional football, he was appointed by the FIGC as the head of delegation by the Italy national team on the 5th of August of last year. A position last held by the late Gianluca Vialli. So he's the head of delegation. That's what he is. Head of delegation. So not really part of the coaching staff. I think it's like... it was a bit like, again, Gianluca Vialli's role with Roberto Mancini was kind of similar, wasn't it? Where it's like, well, he's not a coach, but he's kind of there as part of the staff, providing a bit of experience, a person to... the players can interact with UEFA officials, that kind of thing. Here's Lamine Yamal. I tell you what, we've got a heck of a commentary team this evening too. Clive Tilsley and Ali McCoist. It's magic. Nico Williams, ball in. Oh, header! Oh, tip over the bar. And there you go. A little bit of something already. Already better than the England game. Look at that. Williams, ball in, header, pinpoint, and it's a tip over the bar by Donnarumma. Gets it on target, Donnarumma. I mean, it's straight down the middle, but you've got to go back where it came from. But 2 minutes in, we've already surpassed what was the last match. Another ball in, headed away. And it could have been, again, Italy conceding after mere minutes, mere seconds. Just Josh Media, Graphics Guru Visual Ninja is in the chat. Says, let's go. Knowing him, he probably would say it in an Italian accent to be like, you know, Mario or Luigi. He would probably mean like, let's go, or something like that. Let's go. Or some kind of, I'm sure he'll make, you know, some form of Mario reference. Can I find that on this soundboard? I bet I could. Mario. Let's see if I can find that. There you go. This is sensational. Here we go. Boom. Fast. I could just do lots of Mario sounds throughout the entirety of this this stream, to be honest. Probably would get a copyright strike. I'd be walking a, you know, a fine line, I think. You know, but we can try. Like, for instance, if there's a mistake or something, I can be like... I can do that. Hey, the soundboard remains undefeated, this one. I'll have to make a Mario page. Barella. That's a foul. Free kick. What other ones have they got? I was just literally I was listening to a whole Mario like intro. That was very long. That wasn't really what I was looking for. Here we go. I can do that. And maybe the fall. I'll stick to those. Calafiori. Back to Donnarumma. Di Lorenzo. Chiesa. It's a ball. Oh. Cut out by Cucurella. Got a nice pace to this one. Got a big match feel. I can see there's a Hisense sponsor board surrounding the pitch. I actually have a Hisense television. And I can say that it's shit. You know, so... But if you do want to sponsor us, Hisense, give us a call. Maybe we can have some, you know, discussion on how to improve the television. That's a good pass. Turn. Pedri. Lamine Yamal. Is that going to be a free kick? I think it is to Italy. Kampala says algae is better. I've got... Oh, there's another one that I've got. I can't remember what the make is of it. And it's really good. Apparently, Lisandro Martinez is going to start for Argentina in the Copa America this evening. What was my other... television? I can't remember what the make is. It's Toshiba. Toshiba. Got a Toshiba. And it's good. It is good. I like that TV. Kampala says Sony is the best. Loyunda says Samsung is superior. I used to have a Samsung way back when. When you turn it on and it makes that little noise. Dun 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 dun. And then if you forget to turn that off, when it turns off automatically in the night, it scares you half to death. You're like, oh, what was that? In the 8th minute, still 0-0. As Donnarumma set to take this free kick. Gonna go long. Header won by Spain. Knocked down. Jorginho. Goes out to Fratesi. Oh, he's gone down. It's a foul by Cucurella. It is a foul. I mean, what television brand is the best then? I've seen a couple already saying Sony. Is that a general consensus that Sony have the best TVs? Because if so, that would be good to know for the future. Tried a flick on. I think that was Chiesa. And to be honest, he's got away with a foul there because the flick on just did not work. It's Aymeric Laporte. Little flick on. I tell you what, he's in here. Scamacca back heel. Oh, wasn't very good though. Rodri sweeps up. And he wins a foul. Look at this. It was a nice little flick on by Pellegrini. And Scamacca went for a back heel towards Fratesi, but he's miles away from him. I'm getting a lot of variation actually in the chat. Some are saying Sony, some are saying Samsung, some are saying LG. Got Sony again, another Samsung. Pedri keeps going. Morata, ball in! Oh, he's missed. How has he missed? I mean, already it could be 2-0. It's a brilliant cross by Alvaro Morata. Fair play. I'm not the biggest Morata fan, but look at this. He has to score. That is a sitter. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Has he hit the post? The ball by Morata's brilliant. And Williams just decides to try and flick it on. But head it back. Change the distance, change the direction a little bit. But it's a great cross. DeMarco, and it could already be... Look at that switch. Oof. I tell you, this game, 10 minutes in, great pace to it. Already a couple of chances. And here's Williams again. He skipped past Di Lorenzo like he wasn't there. And Spain looked dangerous. Rodri. And of course, Spain got a great result against Croatia. Was it Croatia? Yeah, 3-0. But I wasn't sure because I was like, well, I did feel like Croatia had chances in that game. But if they're playing like this, that would be very impressive. Then you would go, right, Spain mean business. We've got here, referee blows his whistle. Did you see Gareth Southgate say that we don't have a replacement for Calvin Phillips? Did you see that? Well, we just don't have a replacement for Calvin Phillips. We know we don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. We're trying different things. Honestly, that's a quote. That's not AI or anything like that. That's a real quote. We don't have a replacement for Calvin Phillips.
Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful.
I saw that quote and I went,
what the fuck are you talking about?
So the reality is, Gareth Southgate was watching Calvin Phillips have a stinker of a second half of the season at West Ham and was just going to himself, oh no, oh no. Because he realised he couldn't. He's like, I can't. Cucurella towards Yamal was just a bit past him. Honest, that is such an unbelievable. Oh. We don't have an actual replacement for Calvin Phillips. Imagine saying that and meaning it. And it not being like a goof or a bit. I'd get it if it was a sketch, if it was like The Office. Scamacca, he's in, no flag. Oh, now the flag went up. Like if it was David Brent and said, well, we just don't have natural placements for, Calvin Phillips. Then I go, well, that's funny. That's funny, it's a very dry wit, but it's very funny, very humorous, Gareth. And he goes, no, I mean it. I go, well, that's criminal. It's Spain with a bit of possession. Laporte. Pedri puts it into Morata, takes a shot, was blocked. And now the referee's going to stop the game. It's a head injury. Let's have a look. Di Lorenzo. Kind of. There you go. Why is Clive Tilsley saying it's Carvajal? It's not. Di Lorenzo's down. I tell you, he was also rubbish tonight. Oh, he's booked the captain. I thought the captain's allowed to speak to the referee, and he's booked him. These referees, man. Gareth Southgate when he couldn't pick Calvin Phillips.
He's crying in his car!
So now Donnarumma can't have a go to the referee. Lenormand. There you go. Lenormand. I can get that right by the end of the game. Jorginho all the way back to Donnarumma, who's on that booking. Lenormand. Barella. There you go. Now, travelling with the ball. Jorginho. Oh, not a good pass that. Given away by Di Lorenzo. He's just had that head injury. Morata. He's looked quite dangerous so far, hasn't he? In fairness to him. Because there has been a bit of criticism about him being, Spain's captain. But, as we always say, like we say about Manchester United, what's the way to overcome it? Performances. Deliver. Tries that ball over the top towards Scamacca. Doesn't work. And a good turn there by Fabian Ruiz. Out to Carvajal. Rodri. It's funny because I saw people saying that the Rodri that plays for Spain isn't almost the same version of Rodri that plays for Man City. Like there's this theory going around, isn't there, about there's this theory going around that Man City players aren't good outside Man City, basically, particularly at international tournaments, which might have something of it to it, actually. Rodri. Lee Normand. See, I knew I could do it. Oh, Yamal. Look at that little pirouette. No fear whatsoever. Cucurella. Morata. Oh, loses the ball. Oh, that's not a free kick. Not a free kick at all. Ooh. I'm not sure about that decision. That was soft. Rodri. Laporte. Carvajal. Goes for a switch. Goes all the way back. Oh, we're getting old-fashioned Spain, aren't we? Dominating the ball. So I like the first 10 minutes of this one because it was quite direct, a bit end-to-end. Spain were not taking too much time on the ball. Good tackle. Pedri. Fabian Ruiz. Rodri. Ruiz. Pedri again. Oof. Carvajal. Here's Pedri. Travelling. Ruiz. Rodri. Cucurella. Talk about patience with this. Williams. Oh, he's managed to find his way in. Oh. Oh. I tell you what, Williams a couple of times has flown past that Di Lorenzo. He can't handle him. Williams can't handle him at all, can he? Look, right through the leg. See you later. As Flex would say, right through the legs and a...
Douglas.
Yeah, there you go.
Shimmy, shimmy, y'all with a Douglas and a Douglas.
Throw into Italy. And with 20 minutes gone, still 0-0. Spain already with a couple of big chances, but misses. Lamine Yamal turned 17 before the final. Can you believe that? Well, here we go. But DeMarco, he's into the box. Cuts it back. Oh, nobody there. Fabian Ruiz is able to tidy up for Spain. Rodri. Ruiz. Why is Clive Tilsley talking about, by the way, on commentary? He's literally talking about drinking and driving. What is he doing? Talk about filling time. I mean, I know it's challenging sometimes. You've got to make sure you don't have dead air. But not like that. Fratesi. Goes all the way back to Unai Simon. Unai Simon, though. Spain will just be waiting for that gap, waiting for that moment. That's what Italy do. But Italy will be happy with this, you know. Sit off. Have some gaps. That's what they'll do. Italy won the ball back. Good atmosphere, though, in Gelsenkirchen. I still can't wrap my head around that Southgate Calvin Phillips quote thing. Just Scaliano says Southgate was an actor. He appeared in a Pizza Hut advert. Yeah, I know. I've seen that. It's rubbish, isn't it? Slick D Daly says he was talking about Yamal. Yeah, he was saying about, you know, you need to be, he said 18 to vote, drink and drive. And they went, well, not drink and drive, obviously. It's all right, Clive. It's okay. Carvajal. This game's kind of tapered off a little bit, hasn't it, in the last few minutes? Le Normand. Oh, look at him go. Look at him go. Oh, it's into the box. Alvaro Morata. Saved by Donnarumma. I tell you what. Yamal. He is proper, isn't he? He is something else. I mean, in the first game, it took me a little while to sort of, you know, I was like, well, I don't know. Is he all that? But so far in this game, and he grew into the last game too. He was unfortunate not to score, got an assist. And, yeah, he's a top player. And again, you forget he's 16. 16 at a European Championship. And probably that's the biggest compliment you can give him, isn't it? Is that when you watch him play, you don't see that. You know, you don't think, oh, he's young. He doesn't stand out like that. He stands out because of his quality, not because of his age or anything. Ruiz, long way. Oh, I tell you what, it hit the camera. I think Donnarumma makes a save. Let's have a look at the replay here. This might be an unbelievable save by the Italy captain. If they can get that sort of reverse angle, here we go, this one. That's going in. Let's have a look. Oh, it's a top save, that. That is a top save. Wow. That's going in. And I tell you what, he's fizzed it. And Donnarumma's top goalkeeper too. That's already 2 or 3 saves. Here comes Chiesa though. Italy on the counter-attack. Looking for Pellegrini. Scamacca. Back out to Barella. Still got the ball, Barella. Tries the ball into the box. And goes all the way out for a goal kick. I tell you what, that was a proper save. Look at this from Yamal. Just flying past players. Gets towards Morata. And then out comes Donnarumma to make the save. But Spain are really impressive. I tell you what, Italy a bit open. Particularly on that left-hand side. Cucurella's got the ball once more. Carvajal. Ball went for a turn. Got intercepted. Rodri, is he going to take a shot? He is. Goes wide. Well, also actually a bit of an update here. Just getting word. Gareth Southgate's currently doing a Google search to see if there's any way he can get Calvin Phillips and Jordan Henderson into this squad. You know, because that's what we need. That's why we didn't win today. No Phillips, no Henderson, no Party, basically. And what I would say to that is Gareth, yeah?
I'm serious. I'm not going to sit back and take this fucking shit.
No. No. Fabian Ruiz. Williams. Oh, Donnarumma came, but he couldn't get there. It was Calafiori who got the header. Pedri intercepted. Yamal. Look at that on his left foot. Puts out to Ruiz. Oh, great reverse pass. Carvajal, edge of the box. If this is in, oh, I tell you what, if that was a goal, that would have been brilliant. That would have been outrageous. Fabian Ruiz is still going. That would have been sensational. That was like reverse pass, and then Carvajal, edge of the box. If that had gone in, oh my word, that would have been outrageous. Look at this. Look at that. Ruiz and Carvajal, edge of the box towards Rodri. Oh, it'd have been spectacular. Oof. Yeah. But, you know, interestingly, Gareth Southgate feels we'd be a better team with Calvin Phillips. And to that, I would say, Gareth,
it doesn't matter how you feel.
Which I suppose is wrong, because unfortunately it does, because he's the England manager. I mean,
That son of a bitch!
said I wasn't going to get worked up over it again. I'm not going to get worked up over it again. That's a foul. Free kick to Italy. I mean, don't be shocked if this one's a draw, really. Again, it went all the way to penalties when they played in the Euros last time. Bit of space. Go all the way up to DeMarco. Good touch. And here comes Spain again. Bit of space. Cugarella's actually played quite well, hasn't he? Ruiz. Williams. Off the left. Going to cut inside. Goes back to Ruiz. Morata. Just read it. Di Lorenzo. Di Lorenzo's, you know, he's better up against Morata than he is against Williams. He actually does really well there in the end. Super chat here from Red Baron says, imagine England against these teams. Oh, honestly, could you imagine? With Gareth on the touchline being like,
You can do it!
you'd be like, no, you can't. No way. I mean, my word. Barella's down. He's holding his back. Might have had the wind taken out of him a bit. But, I mean, it's 30 minutes into this one. Still 0-0. But, I tell you what, he got taken right out. And actually, he lands... that's how you break your arm, by the way. Look at that. His arm lands just under his whole body. That's it's a nasty one. As we're just seeing the fans in attendance there in Gelsenkirchen. We're close up on Ruiz. We're just seeing his shot. This was the save from Donnarumma. This is a top save, by the way. That is going in, and that is fast. It's a really good save. And again, the difference in quality between this game to that game is staggering. Spain have been really, really impressive in this opening half hour or so. But in fairness, you'd say to Italy, but they've stayed in the game. Donnarumma's made some key saves. And because of their pedigree, you're still like, wow, they could still grab a goal at some point, Italy. Referee gives a free kick. I don't think they actually made a bigger enough deal about how good a save that was from Donnarumma, Again, we're talking how hard and fast he hit that. His reaction. And to get something on it. And just, again, we're talking a tiny touch to tip that over the bar. Maybe it's just purely goalkeeper's union. Cucurella. Spain, as you would expect, dominating possession. Oh, so let's go out for a throw-in. Oh, it's unlucky. I thought it was a good pass for a second there by Simon. And a good control by Cucurella. But it's going to be a throw-in for Italy. Italia. Oof. Goes down. Julian says, it's not all on Southgate. It's down to the mentality of some of those players. Spain looks humble and ready to play ball. Can't say the same about England. Do you know what it is? That's like the same discussion once again with the Man United stuff this season, isn't it? Of course, everyone's got a percentage of the blame, a share of the blame. This season we had 10 million debates, didn't we, about who shouldered more of the blame, whether it was the players, whether it was Ten Hag, whether it was, the executive side of Manchester United, whether it was the ownership, whatever. And it's kind of the same with England here, but for me, the largest percentage goes to Gareth Southgate. Of course, once you step across the white line, you are a football player, you should try and perform to your highest levels. Gareth Southgate can't make Declan Rice not pass the ball into touch or give the ball away, and what have you. But at the same time, he is picking the team, he's got flawed tactics. His experiments of putting Trent in midfield, just bizarre. And it's not new. Like that was my biggest frustration after the game, was like, my prediction was a draw before the game. Because that's Gareth Southgate, that's England. That's how they play. It's boring. It's rubbish. Pedri. Oh, he was looking for Morata. Williams. Because for me, and this is my other thing about it, my kind of theory is that a lot of international coaches aren't that good. Some of them are over the hill. Some of them just, aren't all that. Football's kind of passed them by or what have you. And my theory is that if you've got a good sort of more modern coach, you can go quite far in these tournaments, even if you don't necessarily have the best players. And after watching a couple of games, I think Germany will go very far. They might even make the final, I think, because they've got Nagelsmann as their coach. Obviously, they've got great players, Musiala, Gundogan, Wirtz, etc. But I feel like having that level of a coach, that modern of a coach, going up against some quite dinosaur coaches, I think will help Germany so much at this tournament. And because it looks like they've also bought in to what he's saying too, what he's coaching. Williams and Yamal to stand over this free kick. Oh, they're trying something a bit different. Fabian Ruiz. Oh, miles over the bar. Almost like as well with, say, with Portugal, I thought, given their squad and their players, that and Roberto Martinez would be a positive for them. But I almost am thinking now that Roberto Martinez might be a bit of a detriment to them. Like, he's another one that you kind of forgot. I know I did, because you know, you don't watch Portugal that often. I know they did great in qualifying, but his sort of style, I don't know if that's actually suited to Portugal. Maybe, you know, they'll blow the teams away in the next few games and we'll be wrong with that, but I'm not sure. But it's all right, you know. We've got Gareth.
Believe.
Just feels like in this one that, you know, Italy, if he flew in there with that tackle, feels Italy defensively are pretty robust and pretty solid, but just as they get further at the pitch, it just doesn't look like they're really going to create that much in this game. Not that a point would be the worst thing in the world. Pedri, Williams, again, good defending. Really good defending. And that's a foul. It was Bastoni with the tackle. Right, 7 minutes to go till half-time, plus stoppage time. If you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe too, bottom right-hand corner. I tell you what, Williams has just been taking the piss out of Di Lorenzo, hasn't he? Oh, he flew, I tell you what, who was that? Flew in to Yamal. Pellegrini. Was a bit fierce, wasn't it? A bit Sevilla, and not the club. Goes all the way back to Simon. Lenormand. Lenormand. I'm never going to get it. Calafiori. As we're in the 40th minute, still 0-0. And Italy playing out from the back here a little bit. Be interesting to see if Italy... What would happen if Italy got a goal in this game? You know, would they sit back? Try and soak up pressure? I mean, Simon, I don't think's had to do anything in this game at all. See, Donnarumma's been the much busier goalkeeper. But Italy's still defending well. And now that you've seen at least all of the teams play once, seeing Spain play like this, you do sort of go like, they'd beat most teams here. Williams. Rodri. Switch towards Yamal. Pass to Carvajal. It's going to be a Spain throw-in with 5 minutes to go. Ruiz. Carvajal. What a career. What a CV he's got. Well, and I suppose, to be fair, you could say that about like most players that have been at Real Madrid for the last like decade. What a career. What a CV. With all the Champions Leagues and trophies and titles that they've won. A rare touch for Simon. Switches out to Carvajal, who heads it back across to Pedri. I tell you what, if this would be a great goal if this goes in. Morata kind of running into trouble a bit. Fabian Ruiz held by Donnarumma. I tell you what, he can strike a ball, can't he? Fabian Ruiz. I mean, it's right down the goalkeeper's throat, so he should save it. But he can hit a ball. He's a tidy player, isn't he? Plays for Paris Saint-Germain. 28 years old. I think he played in Italy, didn't he? Played for Napoli for 4 years. He's an impressive player. I like the look. Of course, Spalletti, Serie A winning coach. Who did the Spain manager previously manage? De La Fuente. Who did he manage before? Oh, he's just managed as part of sort of the Spanish setup for ages. Look at this. So he managed his last actual club job was Alaves in 2011. And then he's managed the under-19s, the under-21s, under-23s. And now manages, of course, the senior team. No booking. I don't think it's going to be. You could hear on the pitch side microphones Spalletti really getting into it with the fourth official. You can hear the official tell him, sit down, sit down, sit down. Sounds like KG calling me. Sit down, sit down, sit down. That's a throw into Italy. As a couple of minutes left before we get stoppage time. I mean, it's been, when you look at the stats, it has been all Spain. I mean, Spain, 63% of the ball, 8 shots free on target. Italy, 37% possession, 0 shots. No shots so far in that first half. But that's been the game, hasn't it? Just get behind the ball, defend as much as you can. Simon with the kick. His distribution's pretty good, isn't it? It's got to go all the way to Donnarumma, though. I tell you what I am excited about, though. Now that we're into these sort of second round of games, once we get to, well, 2 things. 1, final game of the group stage. Excited about that because that is drama. You know, when they're both playing at the same time, you get proper drama. Then, of course, once you get to knockout stages, that's exciting. But I suppose be careful what you wish for because Williams, touch. Is that a great... Oh, I thought he nearly found Yamal. Be careful what you wish for because once you get to knockout stages, then you don't have the 3 games a day situation, do you? Here we go. Counter-attacker. Italy going to have their first shot. Chiesa. Well, they've had a shot, but it's miles over. Wasn't the best one.
You'd better watch out.
Yeah, you should. It might hit you on the head if you're in the crowd. Look at this. Miles over. Poor effort from Chiesa. The perpetually linked Chiesa to Manchester United. SLD says Donnarumma still about 21, 22. He's still very young. People forget, like he made his AC Milan debut when he was like 17. He's 25, excuse me, 25. But he made his debut, I think, when he was like 17. AC Milan. Yeah, 2015. 215 appearances for AC Milan. Nuts. Like, crazy. Nuts. He made his Serie A debut at the age of 16 years and 242 days. The second youngest goalkeeper to start a match in the history of Italian football. Madness. He's a good goalkeeper. I do rate Donnarumma. But I do feel like, as Julian says right there, shame he went to PSG. I would have liked to have seen him, like what he would have done, say, in the Premier League or La Liga or something like that. But we're just about to get to half-time, I think. And there we go. Just like that. Half-time. It is 0-0. Spain 0. Italy 0. But no goals. Italy will be happy. I mean, Spain have had all the ball, all the game, all the chances, but not all the goals, because it's 0-0 at the moment in what has been a good game thus far. I've enjoyed this one quite a lot. What are you guys saying here in the chat? SLD says Southgate is a world-class manager. I mean, you know, I'm still just... I don't want to dwell on it too much. Say that. I'll go on Twitter, see if I can annoy myself a little bit. Well, I'm sure I'll see something that will be frustrating. I think people are still in shock about the... I think they're still in shock about the Calvin Phillips quote. That's just insane. Dan Rowan says, buckets full of clumps of loose turf picked up by the ground staff from the pitch in Frankfurt after the England versus Denmark game. The ground was rubbish, wasn't it? It was rubbish, but it's no excuse. It's not as if Denmark were playing on different turf. They were playing on the same turf, and they managed to nip the ball around really well, didn't they? So nothing to do with that. Mike Keegan says he asked Gareth Southgate about the state of the pitch. So he said, we can't be making any excuses for the level of performance. We have to expect responsibility. Good. At least he says that, because that's true. You know, don't the media... Again, this is what's crazy with that. Are the media trying to find excuses to say that that's the reason why England were rubbish?
Excuses?
Because it's not. It wasn't. Again, they had to play on the same pitch. It was just all rubbish. What's this? England fans react to the 3 Lions draw against Denmark. This is so boring. Sideways, just no attack and intent. Actually, let me listen to it. Very disappointing, poor performance. So boring. Sideways, no attack and intent. Should have got more out of them. Should have made changes sooner. Big players take over. Bellingham was anonymous today. Southgate had to go with substitutions, as they was disappointed when he came on. We've got the players, but we're just not doing it, not playing as a team. Terrible performance. Lackluster. No charisma. Changed at the wrong time again. He's had enough. Yeah, we're just rubbish. That's what it is. Lisandro Martinez starts for Argentina against Canada. What time is that game on? Our time. Copa America. 1 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm not going to be up for that. I mean, you never know, to be fair. But not on here. Definitely not. I've got to be up for 9. Transfer view. Are they on? Oh, I was confused there. So that technically counts as Friday. Right, gotcha. So that's the first game. This is I'm going to have to do the thing with American time versus English time. So that's at 1 o'clock this evening. And then the games after that are Peru versus Chile. Peru versus Chile. Then there's Ecuador, Venezuela. You've got Mexico, Jamaica. USA, Bolivia. Uruguay, Panama. Who's the favourite for it? What, probably Brazil, Argentina again? Most likely. I mean, it's quite refreshing to see just not that many teams in it. Obviously, we get that with the Euros now with so many teams. I'm sure I'll see some highlights. What's Gareth Southgate saying? Let me listen to this. I can't listen to that. I did it. I tried. I tried it for like 2 seconds. I tried it for 2 seconds, and I was just like,
"Oh, my hurts."
Can't do that. I tried. It's not possible. Not possible. Got to move on to something else. Maybe the chat can cheer me up. Is that true, Osama? Saying Jordan Henderson on Instagram said there's too much negativity. Did he say that? He's just as bad as Gareth then, talking about Calvin Phillips. Let's have a look. Henderson. Oh, that's not what I meant to type. Henderson. Jordan Henderson. There is an Instagram story. Let's go, boys. Well said, Kyle Walker. Too much negativity. Get behind and trust this team. Oh. Do me a favour, Jordan. Do me a favour. Just because he wants to try and get back in for the World Cup. Because he knows if Gareth's still around, he'll try it. I would say, what you've been smoking, but he's in, obviously, the Netherlands, so he's in Amsterdam. So it would make sense, actually. But, ugh. Honestly. I said it earlier on. Gareth Southgate, when he was like, I can't pick Henderson or Phillips because they've both been rubbish.
Oh no! Oh no!
Imagine saying that. I mean, that Calvin Phillips quote. Then it keeps it's coming at me in waves. That he would actually come out after drawing 1-1 against Denmark and say, we don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips. Well, that was, at several points, that was what I was looking at today. I thought to myself, if we had Calvin Phillips, we'd be 5-0 up. Clearly, If Calvin Phillips was playing, Harry Kane would be on the ball much more often. If Calvin Phillips was playing, Phil Foden wouldn't be on the left-hand side. If Calvin Phillips was playing, Kieran Trippier wouldn't be playing left-back. Kieran Trippier would be left-footed if Calvin Phillips was playing. That's what it would be. Yeah, that's what it would be. Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's just the same Calvin Phillips. We all saw him at West Ham this season. We just don't have that natural replacement for him. Like there are certain quotes that can define a manager's conclusion at their career where you go, that's at that moment it was gone. For me it was a long time ago, but for that, well, oh my word. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he's broke me, Gareth. And imagine we had to deal with that every week at Manchester United. And the worst thing is, you never know. you never know. I think it was on one of the episodes of the Trinity recently, where I said to Flex and KG, I was saying like, if he became the Man United manager, legitimately, I don't know what I'd do. I don't know what I guess I'd have to accept it somehow. But I was like, I don't know if I could do press conference reactions. Because if that's the kind of level of stuff we'd be getting, I'd be like, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'd be like, oh. Yeah. But it is 0-0. Second half's going to be starting again, I think, soon. Oh, now they've got to show highlights again of this England game, do they? Oh, no, it's a competition. Good. I saw Harry Kane kicking a ball. I was like, oh, here we go. But no, that's cool. It's a competition. Yes. What else are people saying here in the chat at the moment? SLD says, I'd rather see Gallagher than Phillips. I don't know. Show says, Kelly Somers had impressed against the ropes, body shot after body shot. Honestly, I don't know. I know I've said that 10 million times. So you're saying, oh, you don't know. I don't. But the one thing I do agree with, and that I've seen people say after the game, which is why are you so angry if you predicted it? And that is true, because that was my prediction going into the game, was that it would be a draw. I think, when you predict something but you hope it's not going to happen, and you hope to be proved wrong and not to be proved right in that regard, because that's what I mean. I truly mean it. I'm not one of those people. It may seem like it, but I'm not one of those people that wants to see people fail. I'm not one of those people that wants to see my team or my country fail. I don't want to see that. I don't want to hate watch. I don't want to be like, good, they lost and I was right about it. That's not my deal at all. But it's like, oh, I was right on that one, and just. But again, that's not really any big flex, is it? It's not really any big. I got that one right. England are rubbish. Gareth Southgate's rubbish. What next? You're gonna say, Owen? The sun comes up in the morning. Yeah. Genius. Oh, yes. SLD says Owen has nightmares of Southgate. No, but I'll tell you what I did have last night. I had, have you ever had this where there's a noise externally and it creeps into your dream? You ever had that? I had that last night where it was like, I'll be honest with you, this is why I'm irritable today too, because it pissed me off because it went on for ages. There was like a car alarm or something going off outside. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was going on, and whatever I was dreaming about, I can't remember, but it got into my, when it gets into your dream and you're like, oh, this is, and then you wake up and you go, oh, I think I was like interpreting that into my dream, and then it went on and on and on and on. And eventually, I don't know if someone did turn it off or it just stopped, but it was so annoying. And then I'm one of those people that if something wakes me up, sometimes it can take me a while to get back to sleep. And I'm a light sleeper anyway. I'm one of those people, I'll wake up legitimately, like, I would say conservatively 3 or 4 times a night, which I don't think is normal, but I'm a very light sleeper. And it woke me up. I was so pissed off. And then I was tired when I woke up this morning. I was like, oh, bloody car alarm and bloody Southgate and blah. Ugh. It was just, So I thought, well, at least England will cheer me up. I should have known.
Now go home and smoke some more crack.
Yes, I should have known. Yes. Moto says England was too static and not on full win mode, like the two we know watching on it. Sean says Owen doesn't know that REM sleep. I don't. I got one of those things. On your phone, there's like the thing that tells you how much sleep you got and like your different stages of sleep and when you woke up and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it is up and down. Like, it's proper up and down. And I think the sort of deep sleep one is dark blue. And it's always a very small amount of deep sleep. Yeah, just always a light sleeper. It's I'm very envious. I'm very envious of people that can just sleep all the way through, get their 8 hours in, go close their eyes, wake up, it's the morning, boom. I'm very envious, very jealous of that. Yeah. Cabberstick says, hey Owen, I rushed home from work to catch the England game. I wish I didn't, but I loved listening to your commentary on the way. Well, big up Cabberstick, big up to everyone that tuned in, big up to everyone that's been tuning into these Euro 2024 match views. As I've said a million times, I know it's very diluted because there's like a million of them, every single person doing Euro stuff, and even people that don't usually do like football content are doing them because it's the Euros, it's exciting. So those that have, is that the mask that Mbappe's going to wear? And he has, Frenchified it. Look at that. It's a French flag, and he's got the French logo on it or the French badge on it. Hey, they're going to sell like hotcakes. That's going to be merchandising right there. If you can brand it, not going to be bad going. But yes, appreciate everyone that's tuned in for all of these. And discussed, watched, enjoyed, been frustrated, all of the emotions. It's much appreciated. A reminder, the United content isn't going anywhere. We'll be live once again tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for the transfer view. Oh, we've got a substitution at halftime. Just waiting for kickoff, and we'll say what those... And we're off. Second half's underway. Second half is underway. I think we do have some subs. That's what I was going to talk about. They were saying, is it Brian Cristante? Brian Cristante has been substituted on. He has been yellow carded in 21 seconds. That is madness. That is insane. He's been brought on. And he's been booked straight away. And tell you what, Rodri's hurt here. Ooh. Steps right on his foot, actually. That was nasty. Ooh. He stands right on his foot. 15 seconds. Subbed on. Gets on the top of his foot. Booked. And now maybe injured. Let's have a look. Ooh. Right on the... I mean, that's how you break your foot. And that's the problem nowadays with football boots. They can be rather thin, can't they? He is walking. He just looks walking a bit gingerly. As Steffi Jenks says there, 495 subscribers to go into 170k on the road to 200. So, yes, be sure to subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner. Click the notification bell. And Yamal is going to be taking this free kick. Rodri is on his feet. Looks like he's going to be okay. Cucurella. Oof, nearly got it there. Red Baron says, I drink chamomile tea. Puts me right to sleep. Do you know what it is? It's not the issue. It's not the issue of getting to sleep. I can get to sleep fairly easy. That's not a problem. It's staying asleep. And also a good quality sleep. It's a combination of again, just being a light sleeper. And that's a corner kick. I clocked him right on the head, didn't it, DeMarco? Kampala says, if you want deep sleep, watch Southgate interviews. Well, I would wake me up. I'd be furious. It'd be rage. Oof, headed away. Motto says, need blue glasses for IT, Owen helps. I've got some. I did try that. Out to Williams. Oh, Lamine, you out. Oh. Gobbled up by Donnarumma. Someone said something about merchandise. It is on the way. I promise. Ruiz. Williams. Ruiz, ball in. Headed away. Out to Cucurella. So Williams had a great first half, didn't he? He gave Di Lorenzo a lot of trouble. Good reverse pass. Pedri. Lamine Yamal. Look at him. Keeps going. Oh, giving away. Scamacca. Chiesa. Oof, I'll tell you what. Unai Simon, he's great starting position. He's been very impressive, hasn't he, Simon? He's got a great range of passing. He made some good saves, actually, against Croatia. Of course, he saved the penalty, didn't he? And then the rebound was encroaching. Yamal. Ruiz. Williams. Cucurella. Back across. Goal! Oh, Pedri's missed. What a chance. I mean, that could be what? Like 2 or 3-0 to Spain at this point. Cucurella cuts it back. It almost comes at him too quickly. Just too fast. He hasn't set his feet. Can't get... Yeah, as Ali McCoy is saying, he's too square. Can't really open his feet up enough. He's rolling his eyes in the back of the head like the Undertaker. Italy. Oh, they're playing out from the back. They made a mess of it. Ruiz. Cross is blocked. Williams. Gets out to Rodri. Out to Cucurella. And now there he's under a bit of pressure here. But gets out for Cambiasso. Spain have been impressive. Pedri. Ooh, oh. Held in the end by Donnarumma. Comfortable save in the end for the Italy number 1. 53 minutes gone. Still 0-0. It's a ball over the top. But again, it's just great positioning by Simon. I have been impressed by him. Eric Ten Hag says, Germany versus England and Portugal versus Spain semi-finals loading. I don't know about England. I mean, looks like they are going to be through. Because, like they were saying today, at a minimum, if things went completely wrong, we'd be one of the best placed third teams. But we're not making to semi-finals. I have been filling out my wall chart, though, by the way, guys. I hope you have been too, if you've got one. I've been doing that every day. It can't be a wall chart for these international tournaments. Williams. Oh, it's an own goal! Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear! Spain couldn't score themselves, so Italy said, we'll do it for you. It's an own goal. And it's not the first we've seen in this tournament. How many have we seen? It's not Italy that scored. Spain have scored. I got confused because Italy scored the goal. Spain lead 1-0. We've seen a few own goals, haven't we? I'm pretty sure own goal is the top goal scorer in this tournament. Donnarumma gets a touch and it goes into Calafiori. Oh dear. What is the, how many Euro 2024 top scorer? It's been deserved. They deserve to be leading. Well, the top goal scorer is technically Musiala, but I want to see own goal. Not all time. I want to see. How many own goals is that? I don't know. There's been quite a few. Pedri. Oh, and Donnarumma comes out. Sweeps up the ball. But now, maybe Italy have got to come out a little bit more, perhaps. But it's much deserved, isn't it? Sean says Ballon d'Or goes to OG. I mean, dominating this Euros. OG. Own goal. I'm going to type that in. There's an article from The Athletic. Says, celebrating own goal. Euro 2024's leading goal scorer. Very strong. Is that 5 own goals? 5 own goals, yeah. They should give it to him. Give it to own goal. Golden boot. And they really are dominating Italy, aren't they? That's where Donnarumma just jumped out to Pedri's feet. And now Spain can just pass the ball around. They can just, keep. They can just keep. Actually, things are opening up a little bit. Maybe they're looking to really kill this game off. Morata shoots. Donnarumma tips it over the bar. Another big hit. Marcus Rashford's agent on social media, his brother, posted to his Instagram story, "It's hard to sit and watch when you honestly believe your man could make a difference." Skiliana says Morata has one hell of a shot. Ball in by Williams. Header! Oh, it's off the line by Cambiasso. Spain are really turning it on now, aren't they? Yeah, SLD, exactly. He was talking about Calvin Phillips, not Marcus Rashford. Oh, my God.
Absolutely woeful. Absolutely woeful.
Yeah, I agree, Kenny. I wonder what Kenny thinks of what he saw today for England. I'm sure maybe, he's got a bowls tournament on the horizon soon. Take out his frustration with the bowls. I'm not sure you can really do that. You've got to have quite a sort of deft touch to it, don't you? But he'd probably just say...
Poor, and I mean poor.
Yeah, probably. And what's the other one? There's 3 Kenny ones. There's that one, and there's of course.
Disgraceful. Absolutely disgraceful.
We're into the 60th minute. 1-0 Spain. The menacing OG gets another goal. And we're getting olays from the crowd. They're just fully in control here. This has been very impressive by Spain, hasn't it? Ruiz. Yamal. Oh my goodness me, I thought that went in. Look at this. 16. And he just nearly. Look how close that is. That is that far away. That is unbelievable. Wow. 16 years of age. And he's just jinking in and out, whipping it just past the post. Oh my God. Here he is again. Skips past the defender like he's not even there. This is magic. And he's won a corner. You give a goal kick. I tell you what, referee.
Fucking reckless! That's fucking reckless! Fuck off!
Look. He's a top player. And this is what you want to see. This is what you want to see from, teams in this tournament. You want to progressively get better. Like Spain were good against Croatia. This is better. This is a more complete performance thus far. But there's still time. No, it's an international tournament. There's always drama. Cristante, his cross is blocked. Out to Yamal again. Oh, tried the back heel. Didn't totally come off for him. Rodri puts out to Cucurella. How do they... how do they do it, Barcelona, eh? How do they do it? Produce those kind of players. Because he could be just sensational. When Yamal was 7 years old, his family moved to Barcelona, where he joined FC Barcelona's youth academy. So, 7 years old, recruited by Barcelona. They know talent when they see it. And not even that much time later. Less than a decade later, he's playing for Spain. How crazy that is. 9 years to play in a European Championship. Growing up through the youth ranks of La Masia, Yamal was soon viewed as one of the academy's top best prospects. While added to the juvenile A team, already above his age grade for the 22-23 season, Yamal was selected by Xavi to train with the first team along with other youngsters in early September 2022. While still yet to sign his first professional contract with the club, he appeared to be one of the academy members to most impress the coach. He extended his contract with Barcelona in October last year until 2026 with a buyout clause of €1 billion. Yeah. Proper player. What a talent. I suppose that's what Barca have got to rely on, isn't it? Really, when you've got Real Madrid getting Mbappe, they got Bellingham, they got Vinny, they got Endrick, they got Camavinga, Tchouaméni, all those players, and Barca don't have the money. Then they've got to go, right, we've got to go back to what got us here in the first place. We've got to go to academy. We've got La Masia, we've got to go for that. Put the money in that, bring the players through. Uh, 65 minutes, just nearly gone. Still 1-0. Morata, turn, lot of space. Look at this, still going, Morata. Oh, he looked for Yamal. What they are looking for him though, aren't they? Almost to try and make history. Because if he scores, he must be the youngest scorer if he does get it in Euros history. I mean, that would be a phenomenon, wouldn't it? Rodri. Oh, wait, maybe there's a chance. Is it going to stay in? Does stay in. Italy, they're into the box here. Cambiasso across goal. Oh, it wasn't a bad one. That might have been half a chance, that. Pellegrini. And just like that, could have been back in the game. Would have been something. Calafiori. I mean, what's the stats for this at the moment? Let's have a look again. Trying to find some space. I mean, talk about, by the way, just pure domination. You look at some of these stats. Spain, 15 shots, 7 on target, 66% possession. Italy, 1 shot, 0 on target, 34% possession. 1 shot the whole game. They have been absolutely dominated, Italy. Spain have just been all over them. And to be honest, if it wasn't for some good defending and good goalkeeping, they'd be down much more than 1-0. But it's still 1-0. You're still in the game. As you just saw there with that cross-across goal. But this has been as one-sided as it gets. It's like watching the Spain of old, isn't it, really? That great Spain team from sort of 2008 to sort of 2014, 16. That's what you used to see. In these games, you used to see Spain be like 70% possession, 20 shots, 10 on target. The other team would have like 2 shots. Great touch that by Williams. He almost got out of the way of the ball, the Italy player there. Overlap. Oof, nearly got there. That's going to be a free kick to Italy. Referee, it gives it a booking. For Robin Lenormand. Got there in the end. Was a foul. Was it worth a booking? Maybe. Now a set piece. Can they make anything from this? Is it possible? They go short. I thought they were going to try and get the ball into the box. But no. So that, well, what is that from Italy? What are they doing? You've got a free kick. You've had one shot in the entire game. You've got a free kick, an opportunity to put the ball into the box, and you pass it backwards. Maybe it'll pay off for him. Oh, you had so much time. They've got lucky in the end. Cristante, Barella. That's better towards him. Oh. Flag was up, so he would have been offside. Here's Jamal. And look at them. Just playing out from defence with ease. Look at this. The movement, the way they move the ball is just tremendous. Williams, once again, he's had the... Oh, that's unlucky. He's had him the whole game, hasn't he? That would have been a brilliant goal. And that would have been an incredible, just a team goal and an individual effort. Look at Williams. He's had the fullback all day. Cuts inside. I mean, from a defensive point of view, it's way too easy. That is so poor defensively from Di Lorenzo. I mean, Williams picks up the ball. He just cuts inside. Di Lorenzo lets him. Allows him to get onto his right foot. Just whips it. Hits the top of the bar. Really unlucky. Nearly in the top corner. Would have been just, again, an unbelievable goal by Williams. It's poor from the fullback, but again, he's looked so dangerous, Williams. Ferran Torres is coming on. And Yamal coming off. No goal for him yet in this tournament. But 71 minutes gone. Still 1-0 to Spain. Still only 1-0 to Spain, I suppose. Despite having hit the post. Italy still find themselves in the game. But one thing is to say, like, that, maybe not so much Morata, the striker. If they had a top striker, they'd just be almost maybe untouchable. Because those two players on the wings, the Yamal and Williams, with their pace, their ability to beat the fullback, cut inside, strike the ball, they are really impressive. And I really like that balance in their midfield three too. Like Rodri, of course, being the anchor in there. But Ruiz has really impressed me in this game. Pedri picks up the ball and travels. Like, that team has real good balance to it. Unlike England, which has no balance at all. That's a free kick to Italy. Now I wonder if they'll put this ball into the box. He's already on a booking as well. Now, if Italy do get something out of this, you've got Pedri and Yamal not on the pitch. Are you going to try and take a shot, or they're going to try and put it into the box? This way, he's maybe lining up to take a shot. Perhaps. Who's it going to be? Can't really see. But there's an Italy wall and a Spanish wall. A wall in front of the wall, as it were. Takes a shot. Pellegrini over the bar. Counts as a shot. Yeah. Wasn't all that, was it? It was a bit disappointing. Is there any late drama in this one? You feel like if there was anyone to get a goal, it'd probably be Spain. But at some point, are Italy going to go for it a little bit? Euro 2024 groups. Let's have a look at how things stand. Here's Cucurella. Obviously, with Germany, they're all but through. Spain, as things stand, they'd be through. Although the rest of the group would be a bit open, because who would Italy play last? Italy would play Croatia, and if Croatia won that game, they'd be on 4 points. Italy would be on 3. If Albania somehow beat Spain, they'd be on 4 points. So Italy, they might need something out of this game, you know, depending on how results go. And I know that people say, oh yeah, but Albania aren't going to beat Spain. Well, they'll be the top of that group, so they'll rest players, you would think. So Italy might just need that point if they can get it. It's England top of their group, 4 points. There is the possibility that Denmark and Slovenia. So who did Denmark play last? Denmark play Serbia. If they win, they'd be on 5 points, so they top the group. We play Slovenia. If we win, of course, we'll top the group. And Group D tomorrow, you've got Netherlands versus France, which should be a top game. I hope so anyway. I would think probably France win it, but you never know, Netherlands. Less than 50 minutes remain. Still Spain 1-0. Oh, it's a short pass. Williams. Ruiz opens it up. Cucurella. Cucurella once more. And that's what's great though about the final games, isn't it? Is that so much can actually change in those final games. Oh, good ball in. It was dangerous. Towards Morata. Referee's given a foul though. Says Morata did a foul on the Italy defender, that being Di Lorenzo. It just does enough. It was good defending in the end. Morata comes off as well as Williams. Ayoze Perez coming on. Look at that. That is a blast from the past, isn't it? Ayoze Perez. Who's he play for now? Plays for Real Betis. How old is he? 30. Of course, he was at Newcastle as well as Leicester in the past. Can Italy grab what would be a precious point, but also a goal against the run of play? Another free kick for Italy. Maybe this one's not going to be a shot, possibly whipped into the box. I mean, it's one of those ones that Spain have been so dominant that you kind of forget that it still was only 1-0. It's the old Manchester United situation, isn't it? As bad as they've been and as dominated as they have been, you go, but it's still only a goal in it. Towards the back post. Oh, Di Lorenzo nearly got to it. So, for as good as Spain have been, Italy are still in the game. Ferran Torres outnumbered. Italy win the ball back. And Spain have made quite a few subs. And the game's getting a little bit more stretched. Byron says no more superstars in the Italy squad. It is not what the Italy squad that you associate of, when they won the World Cup in 2006, is it? It's not that. I mean, if I have a look at that, Italy World Cup squad 2006. Let's have a look. I can find the Italy one group. What group were they in? Group E they were in. So they had Buffon, Fabio Grosso, Daniele De Rossi, Cannavaro, Barzagli, Del Piero, Gattuso, Lucatoni, Francesco Totti, Gilardino, Nesta, Vincenzo Iquinta, Camoranesi, Filippo Inzaghi, Gianluca Zambrotta, Simone Perotta, Andrea Pirlo, Materazzi, Oddo. I mean, that's a top squad, isn't it? Top squad, that is. I mean, a lot of them are icons. And their head coach is Marcelo Lippi. So, you're right. It's not what it used to be. Headed over the bar. Daniel Luciano says, look up the 2014 squad. It was also amazing. Was it? We played them in the World Cup in 2014, didn't we? What group were we? Group D? Yeah, we were. Group D. They had, in that one, there was Cesar Prandelli. They had Buffon, Desciglio, Chiellini, Darmian, Thiago Motta, Candreva, Marchisio, Balotelli, Cassano, Alessio Cerci, Aquilani, Barzagli, Daniele De Rossi, Immobile, Bonucci, Pirlo, Insigne, Verratti. Strong squad. Not to the level of the 2006. Not to the level to the 2006 World Cup squad. I mean, that is iconic. What was England's squad? England 2006 World Cup squad. I mean, we'll look through this England squad and be like, oh, it's unbelievable. What group were England in? They were in Group B. So the England squad at that time was Paul Robinson, Gary Neville, Ashley Cole, Steven Gerrard, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, David Beckham, Frank Lampard, Wayne Rooney, Michael Owen, Joe Cole, Sol Campbell, David James, Wayne Bridge, Jamie Carragher, Owen Hargreaves, Jermaine Genius, Michael Carrick, Aaron Lennon, Stuart Downing, Peter Crouch, Scott Carson, Theo Walcott. I mean, it is, until maybe some fringe names at the end there, it is a heck of a squad, isn't it? Defensively, Gary Neville, Ashley Cole, Rio Ferdinand, John Terry, Sol Campbell, Bridge, Carragher. Even that's good. Then you get into midfielders. Although I feel like the Euro 2014 squad would have been better. Euro squad. It's this one, I think. This one's the one. So the Euro 2004 squad. David James, Gary Neville, Ashley Cole, Steven Gerrard, John Terry, Campbell, Beckham, Scholes, Rooney, Michael Owen, Frank Lampard, Wayne Bridge, Paul Robinson, Phil Neville, Ledley King, Jamie Carragher, Nicky Butt, Owen Hargreaves, Joe Cole, Kieran Dyer, Emil Heskey, Ian Walker, and Darius Vassal. A couple of blasts from the past there. And of course, we lost that opening match against France. A foul. Free kick to Italy. Just about, 6 minutes to go. SLD says all those England teams needed Calvin Phillips to win. It's true. It was true. 6 minutes left. And maybe there might just be one more chance for Italy. You never know. He's claiming for a handball. It's going to be a throw-in at the least. He was claiming a handball. Couldn't do anything about it. Ball in. I went for a flick on. Is that going to be a corner? They've got a corner! Could there be drama for all of the domination? For all of the passing, for all of the shots, for all of the saves, for all hitting the woodwork? Could it be possible that Italy could grab a late equaliser? Now this would be something, wouldn't it? Italy fans are behind the goal too. So they would go crazy if indeed that happened. We did see a late goal from a set piece earlier today with Albania. Carvajal is such a shithouse, isn't he? It's like he's picked up that Sergio Ramos mantle from Real Madrid and Spain. The referee's talking to a lot of the people in the box there. Oh, I tell you what, it's properly kicking off. I don't know what's happened, but there's a lot of pushing and shoving. Get control of the game, ref. Ball in. Oof. Well, the Italy player's gone down and he's not happy. He's furious. And wasn't a very good corner. Wasn't a very good delivery. I mean, the Italy player does go down off the ball, but referee and VAR seemingly not having it. My style of eyes says Heskey was crap and great at the same time. Well, it was the link-up play, wasn't it? It was the Heskey and Owen connection up front. That's what it was. Well, at least Italy are having a bit more of the ball than they had earlier on. So they've essentially got, 3 minutes plus some stoppage time to try and make something happen. And the fact that Spain couldn't kill off this game, and to be honest, for all the domination they had, it was an own goal. Still, that was the difference. It's a 1-2. Zaccani's in the box. Just dispossessed by Fabian Ruiz. Wins it back. Oh, that's a poor pass. Oh, ball's ricocheting all over the place. And now it's Italy's turn to have some possession. Maybe, just maybe. You know what is wild, though? What is wild? Thinking about this with England. One, if England were playing Spain, Spain would dominate them, obviously, with possession. They'd have probably scored a couple of goals. Two, if we played Italy, we'd probably still lose that game. Even though I know we played Italy in qualifying and we beat them at Wembley. But with how we're playing at the moment, a heavy touch by Cristante. And he's on a booking. You're on a booking. Be careful. Be careful. That is remarkable. I mean, you mentioned that World Cup 2014 squad. That's the last time they played at the World Cup. They haven't qualified for the last two, which is crazy, isn't it? And in between that, they won the Euros. Insane. Didn't qualify for the World Cup in 2018. 3 years later, win the Euros. Then didn't qualify for the World Cup in Qatar. Is there going to be... Oh, I tell you what, I was a foul. He went in... I tell you what, I'm telling you now. Carvajal, he is a shithouse. Look at him. Look at him. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's gone down clutching his shin or his ankle. He's properly wasting the time. That's so ridiculous. That is ridiculous. I told you. He's the new Sergio Ramos. He's the shithouse. He was getting involved at the corner. He was getting involved at the corner. He was pushing and shoving. Now he's rolling around on the floor, trying to waste time. That is what he is. And look, he's a fantastic player. Scored in the Champions League final. Scored against Croatia. And the thing is, that kind of stuff, if it's your team or your country, you love it. You know what I mean? And he's still holding his ankle. And hey, I mentioned, I can't remember what game it was, but you need that. You need the dark arts. You need the dark arts. Sometimes you need that kind of stuff to see out games. Not nice to watch and it's embarrassing, but that's what you need to do. Bit of a flat kick there by Simon. Manages to go all the way through. Oh, this might be it. They're into the box. They're going to cut it back. Cleared by Bastoni. As we're into stoppage time, 4 minutes. Jose Perez. Perez saved by Donnarumma. I'll tell you what, the fullback on that side, Di Lorenzo, he's just had a nightmare, hasn't he? There's another nutmeg. Cucurella this time. Through the legs. Look at this from Perez. See you later. Again, Di Lorenzo all night. Whether it was with Williams, then with Jose Perez. He's just... But it's been a long evening for him. Speaking of which, oh, he's been done again. He's been done again. Perez. Oh, good save by Donnarumma. He's made some big saves. That's what I'm saying. Donnarumma, that's at what, the third or fourth big save he's made this evening. Tips it over the bar, one-on-one save, a save before from Perez. But that Di Lorenzo all night has just been spun over and over and over and over again. Incredible. If Italy do somehow miraculously get anything out of this game, it'd be because of Donnarumma. Cristante, who, by the way, since he's come on, has been rubbish. Gets booked. Perez, I tell you what. Was that Di Lorenzo again? It's all evening. All even. Someone's down with cramp, I think. The game playing on. What's going on? Look at this. If Di Lorenzo starts for Italy again in the next game, I'd be stunned. Because he's just kind of been embarrassed. He really has. Going to be a very late sub here for Spain. And Ruiz is coming off. Ruiz making his exit. And now we're into added time of added time. That might be a little bit because there have been some substitutions. Barella. Other Spain players down. Oh, that's fine. They've just started kicking each other. The last, couple minutes of stoppage time, they've just started kicking each other over and over again. Cambiasso. Ball in. Poor delivery. Barella. Nope. Cucurella gets rid of that. Oof. Any late drama? Here we go. Gotta be something. Zaccani, good ball in. Back post. Across goal. Oof. It's a corner. What's going to be happening here? It's a booking. Carvajal's been booked. Of course he has. Of course he has. Corner. Surely not. Surely not. Could there be any late drama? The stadium in Gelsenkirchen rumbling. Is Donnarumma going to be up? Donnarumma's in the box. He's done everything but score in this game. He's a big guy too. We're waiting on the delivery. I mean, there's delays after delays. Because once again, there's pushing and shoving. Referee, get control of the box. Cambiasso to take the corner. Ball in. It was into a good area as well. Got to get another bite of the cherry. Right footed. Back post. Headed across goal. Hooked back in. And that's going to go out for a goal kick. That should be all she wrote, I think. And that's it. Full time. And Spain deservedly get the victory. The one thing you would say is maybe the scoreline doesn't actually reflect everything that's happened in that game, considering that they really dominated it. And maybe the only thing you could say is maybe they took their foot off the gas just a little bit too early. And that allowed Italy to get back into the game, perhaps. But still, I've got to get rid of that. Still, it's a victory for Spain. They move on. 2 out of 2 for them. And a 1-0 win. Big up to everyone that's tuned in this evening or today for these match view streams. I'll be live again with Flex tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. For the latest transfer news on the Transfer View. And I'll also be back tomorrow evening for another match view for the Netherlands versus France. It's going to be a really enjoyable game. Anyway, have a good evening, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.